welcome to another Vlogmas upload, especially one that's gonna get me thrown off so many PR lists because this has happened quite a few times. I'm about to share with you my beauty de-influencing list. Influencing traditionally is when you guys see product reviews, things I like, and land up making those purchases. In today's video, I am not going to be leaving any links and tags on the video because these are products that I don't think you should be purchasing. A little disclaimer for the brands as well as for you guys. When I say I don't like a product, it doesn't mean I don't like the entire brand. We're solely talking about one formula. For the PR reps and brand peeps watching this video, I don't hate you, I don't hate your brand. It just means this one formula did not work for me. So let me just get that out there. I've been thrown off many PR lists because of videos like this. I used to do them even more frequently, and certain brands have pulled back their collaboration conversations with me for completely different products just under their umbrella because I didn't like another product that they had to offer. Something to note is that it is pretty much impossible to please everyone with every product. Today, as a brand founder and as the owner of Verified, you guys have given me so much love over the brand for the past 2 years, but it's impossible for everyone to like every product we put out there, and I understand that. Some products will work more for you, some will work less. So similarly, the products that I'm about to show you today are products that worked less for me, and you're about to find out why. Let's not make this intro any longer. Let's dive right into this. Okay, so the entire premise of today's video is to be very specific on why I didn't like a certain product. So in case you have different concerns from me, you could still well and good go ahead and buy some of these and it could work for you. Let's start out with a foundation. Let's start out big, okay? Now, Kiro is an Indian brand. There are some other products from this brand that I really like. Their felt liners, for example, are quite nice. Their eyeshadows I've just tried for the first time and I think I might take to them. I'm going to come to you with a better review at a later point of time. But these foundations do not work for me. The reason they don't work for me is because I'm someone who has quite dry skin, and I feel like even with intense moisturizing, prepping, hydrating my skin, it just gave me a very I'm wearing something on my skin kind of a feel. I like for my foundations, even the full coverage foundations, to feel very lightweight. What I will appreciate about this particular brand and product is that their packaging game is very on point. They look really aesthetically pleasing, but having said that, this formula did not work for me. The formula we're talking about is the Daily Dewy Serum Foundation. Personally, did not find anything serum-like in this foundation. To me, it felt like something in the medium coverage range that just was holding on to my face. And like I said, I have dry skin. If you have oily skin, you may have a different experience. But if you have skin like mine, this one for me is on the no-go list. Let's talk about this Miracle Glow Moisturizer from Color Bar. Now, the way I perceive moisturizers is that it should not just make my skin feel nice at that time, but it should really leave a little bit of its impact there. What I mean by this is if I'm not going to wear makeup on a day and I've applied my moisturizer, I want to be able to have my skin feel supple for a little bit, time, and over a period of time I want my skin to start to feel better with it. This product, unfortunately, and I think I have 2 or 3 of these because the first one I really got into and tried. The third one is sitting right there. Second one was still halfway about there-ish, and I didn't see my skin feeling better. Is it something you can apply and at that time have your skin feel better at? Sure, but it's not giving an impact to my skin in any way. Again, Color Bar, I reach for so many products from another really great Indian brand, to be honest, and I feel like they do some genuinely great formulas when it comes to makeup. But I feel like because this is probably, I think, amongst their first few skincare SKUs, it didn't really work for me at all, and I'd rather reach for so many other options in the market within this price range that will make my skin not just feel better at that time but also give me impact over a period of time. But A+ for packaging. This does not feel cheap. It feels really nice. So just gonna holler at that over there. Okay, let's go into another brand that I really like, but this formula in particular did not work for me. I'm talking about the Essence Oil from Pixi. Now, I have to say, I've given this brand and its reps feedback on certain products in the past, and they've always taken it really well. So I feel like complimenting the brand in this case also, because not a lot of brands have the stamina to do that. I just want to be straight up and say that to you over here. So thank you for never throwing me out of your PR list, for one. Pixi if you're watching, Team Pixi if you're watching. The problem I have with this formula is that while it gives you that little bit of oiliness and all of that is fine, it has a very strong smell. I'm someone that is really moody about having or not having products in specific kinds and levels of fragrance. This has a lot of fragrance and that does not bode well for me. So that's number one. Second is, even though it's an oil, it feels a little bit water-like, and I think it's a little bit like up and down biphasic in that sense. And I just want to say that even as a dry skin girl, it doesn't do what oils typically do for me. I do genuinely really enjoy using oils in general. Sometimes even before my makeup, most times at night before I'm going to bed in my skincare routine. This doesn't really make the cut for me. Again, not making the kind of impact that I would typically like, and I'm okay with not getting full level impact, but up to a certain extent. But the fragrance is just, this much of a fragrance is just an absolute no for me. Fortunately or unfortunately, I actually have another couple of Pixi products here. Again, reiterating, so many products from this brand that I do use and love. Just these ones are not it for me. They have this rose highlighter, and I know it's not called a highlighter, they basically call it a powder if I remember correctly. It's called a glowy powder. The chunks of glitter in this are just too big, they're too chunky, and it almost feels like you can't wear this on your skin, on your face. It just doesn't feel like something I would be okay with wearing. Would I wear it as body makeup at some point? To be honest, as I'm saying that, I realize no, because when you use, you know, liquid body highlighters for your body, which are now available in the market, there are some much better options. The shade is lovely, the formula is just not it, and also the packaging is just not it. It has a very like skincare like packaging for a makeup product, and it's not feeling like at Pixi level. You know, Pixi is I wouldn't call it a luxury brand, but I would call it maybe upwards of masstige for sure. I would call it maybe entry level, you know, high end, let's say. But I do think that they have some great formulas, and these are not it. The next one, another Pixi product, might shock you. I just wanted to get all three of them out of the way together because I know it went viral on the internet and everyone and their mothers loved these stick blushes. I get it. It's just not for me. I'm someone who, I'm mostly a powder blush person, but even when I'm not a powder blush person or I'm applying a cream or liquid as a base to then put the powder blush on, this just doesn't fit into my routine. If you are an absolute, you know, clean girl aesthetic and you're only wearing this, maybe it'll work for you. It just doesn't fit into my routine. Also, if you go to apply this directly on your skin, it doesn't blend very easily. Again, caveat, dry skin girl, it doesn't blend very easily. And when I've tried to apply this with foundation underneath, with like prepped skin and hydrated skin and all of that, it starts to move my base product. You know, sometimes when you, let's say for example, you have a really bad eyeshadow you're trying out and you go on to layer it, it moves the lower layers and starts to like just feel not nice. This has done that to me. I really want to give this yet another shot. I've tried it 2, 3, 4 times, I think. I'm willing to give this formula a 5th shot, but so far it just has not worked for me. I have 3 shades in this that they sent to me in PR, and I've tried them all and just nothing yet, to be honest. Nothing that calls out to me in a way that either it works for me or that it works for my routine or that it's working for my skin even. On that note, I should also show you this product over here, which I know again had become like TikTok famous. It's the monochromatic multi-stick, and it has a little bit of shimmer. I mean, it's not a full solid color or a matte is what I'm trying to say. And this is from e.l.f. and again, very similar problem but worse than this. Every time I would either, by the way, I've tried these in both ways, applying it directly on my face and blending it with a brush or a blender, or applying it on the back of my hand and then, you know, kind of going over it with a blender, and they do not work for me in both those ways. So that's really truly saying something. As a dry skin girl, I'm really picky about the sticks that work for me. Nude sticks, for example, really does work for me. I recently tried the Color Chemistry sticks, which again, really creamy, really work for me. These ones just don't make the cut. On that note, since we're talking about things on the cheek, another one that I know everyone really loved, and I think that if I'm not wearing any base, I'm still okay to use this. I'm talking about the K Beauty cream blushes, by the way, in case you didn't get that from the holding in my hand reference. Here's my problem with it. You remember when Fenty came out with their foundations, the first foundation that they came out with, the matte one in 2017, I want to say. And I remember I did a very detailed review on that foundation on my channel. I'll leave a link into that. And I felt like the minute I applied the product, I was racing against time to blend it, because otherwise it was drying down. That's the feeling that this particular product gave me. And I'm not saying that I didn't like it at all. So I did go a little bit back and forth on putting it in this list or not. But I will be honest and say I don't reach for it because it's a little bit more difficult for me to work with this. There are some fantastic liquid and cream options that Indian brands are doing, for that matter. Henna Beauty, fab. They have the perfect dupe for Rare Beauty in India, the liquid blushes. Apart from that, Rufa Beauty, again, fantastic liquid blush options that they have. If you're looking for a cream blush from an Indian brand, Ilana Beauty, really nice formula. I just feel like this, like I love so many products from K Beauty. This particular formula is just not at the same level as so many other products from the same brand. So maybe I'm being a little bit harsher on this because everything else from the brand is just up there, and this is maybe like halfway-ish there for me. Yeah, like it, don't like it enough, would not repurchase it, and so I have to be honest with you. Here's a brand I receive absolutely no PR for many reasons. Someday maybe I should sit down and tell you all about industry things and behind the scene things, but I still shop from this brand because if I like something I will buy it and do reviews for you guys. So that's just it. And I did buy these pots over the last couple of years. These are the gel pots from MAC. They were amongst the first high-endish eye products I started to buy for myself when I started making money many years ago, like started making any money on my own. And they are a beautiful formula, so it breaks my heart that I'm putting this in this list because there are so many products from MAC I love. Come on, MAC is a brand we all grew up loving and adoring, and it still is that for me today. It doesn't matter, nothing else matters. I'm honest about my opinions, point blank, period. But you will see how absolutely dry the gel has gotten inside, and that to me is just, it just doesn't work. Like this one is more dry, this one is a little less dry, but it's still dry. And I feel like my problem with these gel pots, and I, by the way, store them upside down, which is a very big hack if you want your gel pots to last really nice and long. They just don't last long. Like when they're new, I love them, you know, and I love them for the first few months, and then I'm like, they don't last as good. And just keeping that in mind, I'm putting them on this list because when you're spending your money on things, you want them to last at least a year, is the way I see it. Like not everything will make the cut to last for 3 years, depending on usage, weather, climate, packaging, whatever else. But these ones just kind of break my heart. The dupe alternative that I'm going to mention that you look up if you are a gel pot kind of girl is the Maybelline gel pots. They are I won't say just as nice because the MAC formula is, but then the Maybelline ones last upside down, and I guess even if those do dry out for you, at least your heart's not broken because they cost a fraction of what these cost. Moving on, since I mentioned Maybelline, okay, don't hate me. Clearly the products I'm talking about in today's video are hot takes. I'm clearly not liking, not loving, not shitting on, but I'm definitely disliking products that are internet famous. This vinyl lipstick I did a detailed shorts on, and I'll leave that link in for you down below. Go check that out after you watch this video. It was really fascinating to me that they managed to get a gloss so pigmented that lasts on your lips and is so transfer proof, but it's sticky. It is sticky. It is what it is. It's not sticky like my hair getting stuck in it, kind of old school gloss sticky. A little bit, but not that much. Not enough for me to get annoyed by it. The nature of gloss is that obviously some of it is going to stick. But what I didn't like is that I started feeling weight on my lips while speaking. And that to me was like, you're beautiful, but I'm not going to reach for you if you don't make me feel good. My entire thought process when I'm picking makeup products that I wear regularly or that I love are products that are easy, not just to use but also to like sit on your face. Because if I glam like 4 days, 5 days in a week because of my job. I need my products to sit on my face without making me feel like I'm wearing something. I need my makeup to make me feel good, not just look good. And while this made my lips look amazing, they did not make my lips feel amazing. So I'm just gonna be honest about that. This Send Nudes eyeshadow set from the Popxo collection of makeup. I didn't even try a lot of the Popxo makeup collection, I'll be honest, and I just swatched these barely. There was a pigment versus what is this feeling like versus this is chalky. It's not for me. So this is literally just, I'm leaving it as is. I'm not even going to deep dive into talking about this because I didn't even deep dive into the product. Whatever little bit I swatched from I had multiple shades of this with me sent in PR. Just didn't feel nice, didn't make the cut. I already posted a shorts about this Rene pH Balance Mystery Gimmick lipstick shade. Again, I'll leave a link into that down below for you, but a little spoiler alert. You should go watch that shorts purely because I feel like you really see my reaction and confusion. But spoiler alert, like I said, just get a shade that works for you. Get a shade that you like. What is this unevenness on the lips? So why are we compromising with going for shades and products that it's basically a lip balm in a mystery shade? I'd rather get something in a shade I like. Point blank, period. Mini highlighter from Sugar is a little too chalky. Sugar has some fantastic eyeshadows. For example, love their eyeshadows. Their bronzers, very nice. Their concealers are some of the best in the Indian drugstore range. They do some really nice concealers. This highlighter is not it for me. Feels chalky in applying and I don't like this packaging at all. Like, it just feels really cheap. What is this retail at? I should see. I don't remember. I remember seeing it a while back. I'll put in the retail price on the screen for you, but it just feels cheap-ish and doesn't work for me. Like, I feel like even with cheapish brands, like products, like what I mean to say is brands that cater to a cheapish price segment, when you're looking at a Mars, when you're looking at a Swiss, and while I've stayed away from that price category consciously, subconsciously, I don't know why, but like even now when you look at the packaging, their packaging is great. They make in China. Some of those formulas I've tried and actually really liked. Where my ethics kind of come in is I don't know what quality of ingredients they're using. Maybe they're fantastic quality of ingredients, and just because they're mass producing so much and in a different country, they're able to go so low on their prices. It could be this or that. Having said that, their packaging game is like out there, and then this packaging is just not it. So it kind of makes me feel like they could have spent a little bit on the packaging. Jaclyn Cosmetics, I picked this up. It's a hydrating under eye primer, and I picked this up in the US earlier this year. It's basically like water. It leaks. It makes, I don't even, let me see if it's become better. Oh. My phone! Ew! See what I mean? It's this, I just spoiled my phone while trying to show you guys. Well, what better example than that? Look at my dedication in wanting to show you this. I don't know whether I got a bad piece. I don't know whether this brand is doing whatever it's doing. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't stand for it. This actually exact same thing happened to my contour stick. My contour, the one with the sponge from Charlotte Tilbury. I'll show you what product I'm talking about. And it was so bad and so gross, and I was shocked that it was happening with my Charlotte Tilbury product. I don't know if it's happened to anybody else, but if you have watched the dupes video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I tossed that in the bin literally in the middle of filming, otherwise that would have been in the de-influencing list, I guess. But this product, this packaging is a no-go for me. Also, because I didn't say anything about the formulation, it's because I never got to the formulation. It was just watery things. Okay, this next one, you may be shocked, you may agree, you may think I've lost my marbles, but let's just do it. I love Charlotte Tilbury as a brand. I really do. But this mascara is not it. It is not it. It has been a waste of money. It does nothing. It does not add dimension. It does not add length. It does not add volume. It does nothing. nothing for my lashes. And here's the twist. I don't even blame the formula. I just blame this wand. What is this wand? It barely has anything going on it. I've tried using this exclusively on my lower lashes, on my naked lower lashes as well. And this doesn't even make the cut for that. It's heartbreaking. It's really, really heartbreaking because I love Charlotte Tilbury as a brand. And there are so many products. Again, it's like every product it does is at a 9 or a 10. And then this product is sitting at a 1. And I'm like, how did you let this go? How did you let this launch? How did you, I don't think they have more than one variation in mascara. Who is this for? For people that are wearing extensions? For people that should just blend the false lashes with their natural lashes? I don't know, but it does not work for me at all. Their packaging, oh my god, I've mentioned time and time again online and to the people in my life, IRL, their packaging goals. They make you feel like, oh my god, yes, you know what, even making this CT on the cap costs a lot of extra money. This packaging is worth it. I understand coming from that side of things as well, but the Pillow Talk push-up lashes mascara is not it, is absolutely not it. Let's go into one last product. This is from Gush Beauty, and actually here's the twist. The kajal is actually really nice. The liner, if you can see, is completely leaked and it doesn't really sit well at all. It smudges and it spills, and you can see the way it's gone around the packaging. So while I do like the kajal, and I want to mention that because I feel like one must mention pros and cons, the liner is just not it. And with that, this goes on my de-influencing list, because if you're offering both sides have to be great. Offer just one. It's as simple as that. Makes this list for one it wouldn't have been on. Yeah, and with that we come to the end of this de-influencing list. God, please be with me. Don't know how many brands are going to get upset with me and how many agencies are going to throw me off potential collab lists. But again, I will take it because I sleep well at night. My integrity is intact. So thank you, God, for also putting me in a position where I can do that. That is also a privilege of a certain nature, and I acknowledge that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll participate in the giveaway. I hope you're enjoying all the daily uploads through this month because of Vlogmas 2023. Daily uploads till Christmas. So make sure you have the timer set for 8 p.m. every night. I will see you once again tomorrow in the next video whenever you choose to tune back in to Aanam C here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. I'm also on LinkedIn, so come on and follow me across all of these platforms. I'll see you soon. Mwah! Bye. I love you.